Example C. Let's start like we normally do, and let's change 5 1/4 to an improper fraction. So I'm going to multiply the whole number 5 by the denominator 4, and I get 20. And then I add the numerator 1, and I get 21. And don't forget that the denominator stays the same, so it stays at 4. And I'm adding 21/4 to 5 6. Now, normally we would be ready to add them. However, if you examine the denominators, they're different. We have unlike denominators this time. So now we have more steps that we need to do. So step 1 says find a common denominator, and we can do that by using the least common multiple method, or you can call this the least common denominator method. So this is where we count by the denominators and see the multiple that they have in common, the smallest multiple that they have in common. So I'm going to go to my typing tool and I'm going to count by 4s and then by 6s. So 4, 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20. That might be enough, so let's move on to the 6s. So 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 5 is 30. Let's see if that's enough. And then I'm going to I'm going to choose a different color and the circle tool. And I see something they have in common. And I want to examine and see if there's anything smaller they have in common. I don't see anything smaller they have in common. So the denominator we need to use is 12. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take each of these fractions. So I'm going to take the 21/4 and I'm going to change it so that it has a denominator of 12. And then I'm also going to take the 5 6. Let me grab a different color. The 5 6, and I'll change it so that it also has a denominator of 12. We need to convert these to the same size pieces before we can add them. So let's think about the scale factor that we need to multiply 5 and 6 by. 6 times what gives you 12? Well, 6 times 2 gives you 12. See, 1, 2, 6's gives you 12. If I multiply this denominator by 2, I also have to multiply the 5, the numerator, by 2. Remember, if you change the denominator, you also have to change the numerator. So instead of 5 6, we just change that to 10 12ths. Now I'm going to come over to this 21/4 and think about the scale factor, what number we're going to be multiplying by. So 4 times what gives you 12? Well, 4 times 3 gives you 12. See, 1, 2, 3 4s makes 12. So then I need to multiply the numerator by the same number. So 21 I need to multiply by 3. And you probably can do that in your head. If you can't, that's okay. Write it over here and multiply it. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6. So we get 63 12ths. So 21/4 became 63 12ths. So we cross out 21/4 and we record 63 12ths. Now that they are the same size pieces, we just keep the denominator the same. Keep it at 12. We have a bunch of 12ths. We have 63 12ths and 10 12ths. So in total, we have 73 12ths. Because the other step was to add the numerators. And now let's think about if we can reduce this. So 12 breaks down into 3 times 4. 4 breaks down into 2 times 2. So the prime factors of 12 are 3 and 2 and 2. So I just need to check 73 and see if I can divide it by 3 and by 2. So 7 plus 3 is 10, which is not a multiple of 3, so you can't divide it by 3. 73 is not an even number. In the ones place, there's not a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, so you can't divide it by 2. So this is as simple as it gets, so I can just type it in as 73 12ths.